안녕하세요. 저는 지민입니다. Hey guys, I'm finally Korean. I've transitioned. I'm so happy I've completed my look. I'm finally Korean, guys. I have the eyes.
This British guy, Oli London, claims he was born into the wrong country and race. He believes he was supposed to be Korean. To become Korean, he went through 18 plastic surgeries, spending over $1 million, all just to look like Korean idol Park Jimin. Hi everyone, I'm June. Welcome back to my channel. In the long video I posted 2 videos ago, so many fans flooded the comments with, "You have to check out Oli London," or "Go back into Oli London." So out of curiosity, I looked him up, and his absolutely outrageous story shocked me right away. That's why I decided that in this video, we are gonna take a deep dive into his whole situation. Oli London is a British internet celebrity who has this extreme fascination with Korean culture. He's a hardcore BTS fan and especially obsessed with member Park Jimin. His obsession is so intense that he believes that if you love someone, you should look exactly like them. So he started a completely insane journey of plastic surgery. Over the past 8 years, he's had the following procedures done: cheekbone reduction, V-line jaw surgery, forehead fillers, crown of the head or skull fillers, nose job, nose tip reduction, nasal bone and nostril reconstruction, inner corner eye surgery, double eyelid surgery, lip fillers, lip line reshaping, full face Botox, and full face hyaluronic acid injections. Step by step, he reshaped himself into what he believed was Park Jimin's look. What's even more ridiculous is that to fully become Korean, he even claimed that his little brother should match a Korean man's, and said he planned to have surgery to reduce his size by a few centimeters. This statement seriously pissed off Korean netizens, especially Korean men, who were outraged and started boycotting and unfollowing him. Because he's had so many surgeries, literally changed his entire face, many doctors refused to operate on him anymore out of safety concerns. But he didn't stop. He just flew to China and other countries to keep looking for doctors who were willing to do more. And it wasn't just his appearance he was messing with. He also used Photoshop to create fake couple photos of him and Park Jimin, and publicly declared that he was officially in love with a cardboard cutout of Jimin. He even had a wedding ceremony with the cardboard cutout. Up to this point, his behavior was bizarre, but it was still mostly limited to altering his looks and doing weird stuff for attention. But what came next? That's where things really started getting out of control. In June 2021, he posted a video where he came out, but this wasn't coming out in a usual way. He came out as officially Korean. No joke. He even designed his own flag to represent his new identity, a rainbow-colored South Korean flag. Yep, one he made himself. He also claimed to be non-binary and used they and them pronouns. But he didn't stop there. He actually made up 2 completely new pronouns for himself, ko and rayan, literally breaking the word Korean into 2 parts and using them as pronouns. So yes, this guy didn't just randomly alter the Korean flag. He just took the word Korean and split it into half to create made-up pronouns. This was a whole new level of jaw-dropping. This whole strain of arrogant, culturally disrespectful, and blatantly appropriative behavior instantly triggered massive backlash from fans. More and more people began calling him out and unfollowing him publicly. Faced with this tidal wave of criticism, Oli finally seemed to realize something was wrong. He began saying in public that he regretted his plastic surgeries and that he no longer identified as Korean. Then, suddenly, he flipped the switch and started presenting himself as a conservative. In the interviews, he claimed that all his past behaviors happened because he was trapped by social media beauty standards and misled by woke culture. He even published a book called Gender Madness, In it, he strongly obsessed teenager transitioning, criticizes identity politics, and calls for a return to real gender identity, national identity, and cultural identity. At this point, you might be thinking, wow, Oli is finally snapped out of it. Maybe this time he's really learned his lesson. Well, I would say think again. Because all he did this was switch to a different national identity and kept milking traffic and fame from it. Around January 2023, he started posting on TikTok saying, I now identify as Thai. He uploaded videos of himself wearing traditional Thai outfits and claimed he felt a strong spiritual connection to Buddhism and Thai culture.
All the time, and literally people cannot seem to tell the difference between me and Nikki. And really the only difference I think there is, he is actually Japanese and I am Thai. So
A few months later, he kept saying it over and over in his videos. I now identify as Thai. And to these days, he's still pushing the narrative of his transracial Thai identity. And more recently, he traveled to Vietnam, wore traditional Vietnamese clothes, and wandered the streets, shooting videos. And Vietnamese users in the comment section were absolutely terrified, with many begging, please don't come here claiming you are one of us. So, is his next identity going to be Vietnamese? Who knows? But honestly, I really hope not. As an Asian people, I find everything he's doing incredibly offensive. He's exploiting Asian culture over and over again, turning identity into a marketing gimmick. I don't see a single ounce of genuine love for Asian from this guy. Only arrogance and colonial styles and self-superiority traveling all over the culture. Just open up his TikTok and you will see that he still has a massive following of 1.1 million. Every video racks up solid views. One day he's hugging a cardboard cutout of an Asian celeb, but the next day it's someone else. Nearly every single video has something to do with Asia or Asians. It's obvious that this whole Asian fishing act has brought him tons of views and money. What should have been a serious issue about cultural identity has been turned by him into a full-blown traffic chasing show. Cultural respect, identity reflection, please. As long as it gets clicks, nothing else matters. From I'm Korean to I'm Thai. He switches identities more smoothly than a runway model changing outfits. Ask him if he identifies with Asian culture, he will say, of course, I love these cultures. I feel a spiritual bond with them. But the truth is, he doesn't speak Korean, he doesn't speak Thai. He knows almost nothing about either culture. Now look at the data, his TikTok views, video performance, brand collabs. It's hard not to question. Is this really about cultural identity? Or is it a carefully calculated PR stunt? The word persona used to just be a fandom term. Now it's become a whole industry, and even a survival strategy for anyone trying to make it online. You don't need to be right. You just need to sound like you've got a sense. You don't need depth. You just need to grab attention. Identity has turned into a costume, something you can change and will, something you can sell. Today, I'm Korean. Tomorrow, I'm Thai. And maybe the day after that, I'm Vietnamese or Chinese. Who knows? This issue isn't whether these people actually believed what they are saying. The issue is that this whole system encourages them to constantly switch identities, repackage themselves, change the narrative. As long as you are outrageous enough, the platform boosts you, the audience hate watches you, and then gets sucked into watch more. This is what we call the traffic loop. This is the persona economy. And the most ironic part is, the people who are genuinely trying to find themselves, who are seriously exploring their identity, they are the ones getting drowned out by this wave after wave of performance content. It's getting harder and harder to tell who is really expressing themselves and who is just using identity as a money-making tool and squeezing culture for clicks and cash. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you like my content, make sure to hit follow. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.